just crazy.
No, do it. I'm not gonna do it.
Alright, and welcome back to another episode of I've Heard It Both Ways. The podcast that puts the U in Q.
Do you want to start again?
No, we don't start again.
The podcast that doesn't start again.
That's
Right,
nice.
with us this week, and Zach, and Shannon's back. Yay, all the way from
Shannon.
New Jersey.
New Jersey came across the pond just for this.
Yeah, she's picked up all of those slang that we were talking about a few weeks ago.
Yeah. Oi,
Yeah.
mate, you catching a fag at the half-past time, isn't it? So I gotta go to the loo, and Bob's your uncle.
Yeah, exactly. How did that go down?
Not well.
Did you get it, Lou?
Oh, yeah.
Right. The other day, sorry, I've got cut this.
No, I'm not cutting anything out.
You get with your action right there.
All right, buddy. Right, the other day, I was doing something that I usually do that is a bit strange. I was punching the air, guys.
The air.
I'm a big boxing fan. Boxing gets me excited. Sometimes I like to just jab the air, you know. And I jabbed the air, and I pulled something with my shoulder doing it. As soon as I did it, I was like, oh no.
How hard were you punching, mate?
Not that hard. It was more an uppercut. You know, I uppercutted the air, and basically the air defeated me.
Okay. You're a real Muhammad Ali over there.
And it was so bad that then I was like, oh no, I can't move my arm. And then my girlfriend then came in the room and was like, what's happening? I was like, I think I've hurt my arm. And she actually said, you've been punching the air. So I've done it before.
It sounds like you've done it a lot of times.
Yeah. And it was so bad that I couldn't move it for a while. And it got me thinking, I can't be the only one that's had a really stupid injury like that. So I thought
you were going to search for other people who punched the air and injured themselves.
Yeah.
No, I think I would just turn up.
Yeah,
I would turn up.
And maybe Napoleon Dynamite.
Maybe. But yeah, guys, can you think of any ridiculous injuries maybe that you guys had?
I'm not really that athletic. I don't really do sports.
Well, you just, not sporting, just just went down the stairs and pulled my muscle.
Okay. Well, a few years ago, my parents were visiting, and we went to Amsterdam. And you know those cobblestone floors, like the old-fashioned floors.
Yeah.
And my sneaker, so my trainer, got stuck.
We know what you mean. We've done research since you last came.
It got stuck in the cobblestone, and I twisted my leg, and my ankle popped, and it was massive. Yeah, for quite a while actually. I kind of hobbled back, and
That's the last time you dragged your feet.
yeah, it was the last time I was walking ever again.
Hobbling on the cobblestones.
Yeah,
it.
that happened.
How about you, Zach?
Mate, I've had loads of injuries. I'm full of
Any
scars.
funny? I only want funny ones, mate.
Listen, if I ended up injured, it's not a funny story.
It's funny for us.
We'll laugh.
Listen, one time, me and my brother, my brother's 5 years older than me, and we were just roughhousing, we were play fighting. I can't remember what we were doing, and we might have been fighting over remote control, who knows. But he grabbed my hand, pulled on it, and then kind of jumped up and put all his weight onto my hand, and I basically dislocated my hand from my wrist. And this dislocation isn't just that it hurts a little bit. My hand came off of the top of my wrist and was basically sticking out around about where your watch would be on your hand. So me and my floppy arm had to go to the hospital. I'd actually ripped all the ligaments in my hand, and I was in a sling for the entire of the summer holiday. Imagine that was day 2 of summer holiday.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. I was in a sling for the rest of it.
Did anything come out
of my body?
Yeah, like there's some injuries though.
Yeah.
When you see footballers when they've got a broken leg and their bone pierces their skin and it comes
disgusting.
It didn't pierce. I hadn't broken any bones.
It just came out of its socket.
Everything inside my skin was still blunt or smooth. So you can see my bone sticking out. My wrist was sticking out like this, but it wasn't enough to pierce the skin.
Well, I hope your brother didn't have his dinner that night. Straight to bed, please.
I think the only injury I really had besides that kind of cobblestone incident. I was about maybe 11, and we had lockers for like your things in school.
Yeah.
You don't really have them here, do you, for school?
In some places. I remember having a locker.
So I was going to a music lesson. I was a drummer, so I was getting my drumsticks, and there was a fight happening in front of my locker. So I actually said to them, "Can you kindly move down so I can open my locker to get my drumsticks? I'm late for band."
Is that the last thing you saw?
Is this the people who were fighting, or was it that circle that immediately?
No, the people fighting. I asked for them to move down so I could get to my locker. And this woman, and I don't know if I should say her name because I won't, but I will never forget her, and I know her name, and it's ingrained in my head. They moved down, and I was like, "Thank you so much, it's so nice." So I'm doing the combination. I put my hand in to get my drumsticks, and she takes the locker and smashes it closed, and it locked closed, and it broke all my fingers. Now, as a drummer, I need my hands, and I was really upset, and I was like, "Oh," and so I'd actually do the combination again to get my hand out.
Oh my God.
And I actually had my composure. The pain was so beyond that it was gone.
Yeah,
like I didn't even,
exactly.
it didn't even register yet. And so I got my drumsticks out, and I really calmly looked at her. And I'm a pretty chill person, even when I was a kid, I was really chill. And I looked at her, and I took my drumsticks and I beat her with them. And I was like, I have a concert now. I can't play. And I got really angry.
So is this still one of the people who were fighting?
Yeah.
I was only
Did she have someone on the other hand, like, fighting off the other person, and then she's fighting you as well? Wow.
So I chased her down the hall with a mangled hand and a drumstick, and I was beating her with it, and I ended up getting suspended because I retaliated. But she got suspended as well.
Yeah, of course, because she broke your hand.
Yeah.
It's interesting because you referred to her as woman, so I didn't know if it was like
She
a
was
teacher.
huge. Not massive.
Or she was massive.
She was massive, like Amazonian.
Or you know what she looks like now. So
I don't know what she looks like now, but she was like double my size.
So in your head, you were thinking this big woman.
She was huge.
No, when you're a kid,
that's nice.
Yeah.
when you're a kid, you do just fit. If there's a big
person.
kid.
So if I'm
Were
11,
they
she's
in a
12.
higher grade than
Yeah.
you? Okay.
Yeah. And she's a woman to me because she
okay.
clearly hit puberty
Yeah.
before me. So.
Well, okay, I've found a few, let's say, comical injuries.
Sweet.
Because sportsmen, they're going to have comical injuries.
Yeah.
Footballers,
All right.
a lot of some footballers, when something falls on the floor and you're trying to stop it from falling. If you were going to stop it from falling, what would you do? Or would you stop it from falling? Like I'm talking about.
Reach out and grab it.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a bottle of salad cream. I'm saying it's like falling beyond your hand.
I had
Just let
really
it
slow
fall.
reflexes. I'd let it fall.
Let it fall, yeah. Well, footballers, because they're used to just controlling things.
Yeah.
This guy, Dave Besson, goalkeeper, tried to control it with his foot, and
Control what?
the salad bottle,
Okay.
the salad cream bottle, and he tore a tendon in his big toe. And he missed 2 months of the season trying to control a salad cream bottle on the floor.
I actually do that. If something's falling, I would cushion the fall with my foot.
But that guy, he wasn't wearing any shoes or anything,
It's
right?
a glass bottle.
I'm not
It's a
wearing
glass
shoes.
bottle.
If it's a glass bottle, I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, well.
I'll do it for almost anything apart from like a knife or the iron.
Bring down a knife with your foot. Well, it worked. It didn't fall on the floor.
You soften the blow with your toe.
Exactly. So what happened is it did hit his toe, and that's what caused the injury. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what caused it. A similar thing happened to a Spanish goalkeeper. This time with a shaving cream, but he missed the World Cup because of it. It was a week before the World Cup, and he missed the World Cup because he tried to control a shaving cream on his foot. Oh, you're going to be so gutted with that. Oh, yeah.
I'm just thinking about when they have to go and tell their team manager, head coach, exactly why you're not performing in the game that we're about to play. The big game's coming up, lads.
Yeah. Right. Have you heard of Darius Vassell?
Yeah, I know the one they're going to do.
Do you know Darius Vassell, Shannon?
Nope, never heard of him. I like the name though, Darius. That's a pretty name.
That's a nice name.
Yeah.
He's not the smartest guy, not the sharpest tool in the box, as you'd say.
Okay.
So he had a blood blister on his toe, right?
Yeah.
So he's trying, and so how would you deal with that blood blister on your toe, Shannon?
Pop it.
Try and pop it, yeah?
Yeah, I would take something sharp and...
Well, that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, that's what I did.
But his blood blister wasn't just on the toe, it was like under his toenail.
Don't know I would do that.
Yeah.
So he tried to do that, but he tried to do it with a drill.
A power drill.
Power drill. Yes.
No.
He tried. Yep, he tried to do it with a power drill.
I can know where this is going. Oh god.
Yeah, you can imagine the guy was out for numerous months because he went a bit too deep.
Right.
And just sabotaged his car, basically.
I one time had a skin tag that I tried to cut off, and it grew back, and then I cut it off again, and I kind of mutilated myself a bit.
Yeah, well, that's pretty much it. And then I think he's a footballer as well, so he needs that toe.
Yeah.
So not the sharpest tool in the box.
But there was some sense to what he was doing. You want to relieve the pressure. You just need to be really precise about what you're doing.
Yeah.
I guess. Another footballer. We're having lots of footballers, aren't we?
Yeah.
Kirk Broadfoot. It's not a foot injury though. He was already injured. He was already out for the rest of the season. He was trying to cook a boiled egg. All right. But it takes too long, doesn't it?
Well,
Egg takes too
I don't
long.
know. 10 minutes or something, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what did this smart footballer do? He put it in a microwave.
Okay, I've done this before, so I
Have
can't
you
judge
really?
you.
Have you?
I
Right.
blew up,
Did it end well though?
no, I blew up the microwave, and then I blew up the socket that it went
No
into,
way.
and it turned brown, and it went like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Wow.
and then the microwave door flew open, and then the egg went into the ceiling.
Hold on.
Yeah.
What setting did you put the microwave on?
I don't know. I just pressed buttons.
Kill. You put it onto kill.
And we were actually staying in like a hotel
Yeah.
place, but it was it looked like this, where it was just like you had a room and then like a little kitchenette area.
Yeah.
I was right before I moved to London. It was like a place I was staying
Yeah.
before we got an apartment, and I destroyed the kitchen.
God, so you injured the house.
I injured
Yeah.
the microwave, the ceiling, and the electrical.
I can imagine all of that, but just why is it so dangerous? Why are eggs so dangerous?
Because I learned this, so
Afterwards.
Yeah.
The hard
because
way.
if you just put an egg in, it has no way to
It can't expand. Yeah.
So you know how if you put like a potato and you have to like pierce it first.
Yeah, fair enough.
If you don't, then the skin will burst open.
Yeah.
Right, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like that, so it burst open. And then I heard it popping, so I was like, "Oh, it's popping. That's weird." And then I opened it, and it just went.
Whoa! Were you injured?
No, I was fine. I laughed my ass.
You managed to dodge the
Yeah,
egg juice.
but it went
the
everywhere. It was
molten
all
egg
over the
juice.
place.
Well, this guy, he managed to microwave it so it wasn't open yet.
Okay.
So you can imagine what happens.
Yeah.
He tries to crack it open.
Yeah.
And then the hot liquid squirted into his
Oh
face.
no!
And he was treated for a scalded cheek. So he burnt his cheek. Yeah, it was it's like what you said. Like, fair enough, you've got the injury, you're really stupid, but then you've got to go to work and say, "Yeah, I kind of can't play today because I've scalded my cheek, microwaving an egg." So, yeah, don't try that at home, please. Don't
Yeah.
try that at home. Okay. Right, another football player, Paulo Diogo. He scored a goal in Europe, and in the ecstasy of scoring the goal, ran to celebrate with the fans. It was in Europe, so they have those like little cages.
Aren't we still in Europe? Brexit hasn't happened yet.
No, but
when we refer to Europe, we're
Yeah.
talking about outside the UK, but almost like. Because we're an island, isn't it? So
Right.
the landmass of Europe.
I would
Okay.
only do that for
Mainland
football anyway.
Europe.
I would only
For
do that for
football?
football. Yeah, I would only say
No,
it was
you
in
say,
Europe.
I went on holiday to Europe. You're not talking about
No,
Scotland.
I would never ever say I'm on holiday
No,
to
no,
Europe.
I wouldn't either.
No,
Americans-
you sound American right now. That's what Americans would say.
People that have visited me say, "Oh, I visited Europe," but they just went to London.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, when I say Europe, I talk about football because you can say in football, "Oh, we made it to Europe," which means a European championship. So I would say Europe. But anyway, in Europe, they have those fences, that cover the fans. And this guy went to celebrate, and he jumped on the fence, just hanging on the fence, shaking it, going, "Yeah, we scored a
He
goal."
just scored, yeah?
Yeah,
Was it the
just
winning goal?
scored a goal. Really, really excited. He was wearing his wedding ring at the time.
Oh, that's nice.
It was very nice,
That's
isn't
really
it?
nice.
So then he jumped off
Yeah.
the cage.